Why are some of the biggest names in Silicon Valley cozying up to Donald Trump? What's behind this sudden shift in alliances, with tech moguls who once criticized Trump now making million-dollar donations to his inauguration fund? And could this be a calculated move to influence the next wave of government regulations? Stick around as we dive deep into the intricate web of politics, power, and technology, unraveling the motivations behind this surprising alignment. The story begins with a major headline. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has pledged a $1 million personal donation to Donald Trump's inauguration fund. Yes, the same Sam Altman who, in 2016, openly criticized Trump, calling his principles an unacceptable threat to America. Fast forward to December 2024, and Altman is now publicly backing Trump, stating, "President Trump will lead our country into the age of AI, and I am eager to support his efforts to ensure America stays ahead." Altman isn't alone. Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, and Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff have all joined the ranks of tech leaders making substantial contributions to Trump's inauguration. Zuckerberg, who once banned Trump from Facebook after the Capitol insurrection, has now donated $1 million to the fund. Bezos, whose company Amazon has also committed $1 million, has shifted from being one of Trump's fiercest critics to expressing optimism about his second term. But what's driving this sudden thaw in relations? For years, Donald Trump had an adversarial relationship with Silicon Valley. He accused tech giants like Amazon, Google, and Meta of censorship, bias, and anti-competitive practices. In 2019, Trump's administration denied Amazon a $10 billion Pentagon cloud computing contract, a decision Amazon later alleged was politically motivated. Bezos, who owns the Washington Post, was a frequent target of Trump's ire, with the former president accusing him of using the newspaper for personal gain. And yet, here we are. As Trump prepares to return to the White House in January 2025, the tech industry seems eager to bury the hatchet. Donations to the inauguration fund are just the beginning. Zuckerberg recently dined with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, calling the former president badass after he survived an assassination attempt earlier this year. Bezos has reportedly expressed hope that Trump's second term will bring reduced regulations, which could open new opportunities for tech startups, particularly in areas like cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence. But let's not forget Elon Musk. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO has long been a Trump ally, contributing more than $250 million to his re-election campaign and earning the title of the largest political donor in over a decade. Musk's influence extends beyond donations. He's set to co-chair a new committee advising Trump on federal cost-cutting measures. Dubbed the DOGE Committee, this group is expected to wield significant power over how government funds are allocated, particularly in the tech sector. Altman's newfound support for Trump appears to be part of a broader strategy to secure government backing for artificial intelligence initiatives. OpenAI, under Altman's leadership, has been lobbying for a massive federal investment to compete with China's rapidly advancing AI industry. By aligning with Trump, Altman is betting on a president who has promised to lead the world into the age of AI. Meanwhile, Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff, who has long championed liberal causes, seems to be hedging his bets as well. Benioff's publication, Time magazine, recently named Trump its Person of the Year, a move that some critics see as an effort to curry favor with the incoming administration. In a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, Benioff wrote, "This marks a time of great promise for our nation. We look forward to working together to advance American success and prosperity for everyone. But are these gestures of goodwill genuine, or are they part of a calculated attempt to influence Trump's policies?" Let's pause for a moment to consider the stakes. Tech giants like Amazon and Google have billions of dollars in government contracts at risk. Amazon, for instance, has lucrative deals with federal agencies, while Google's cloud computing services are integral to several government operations. With Trump's history of targeting these companies, it's no surprise they're now seeking to rebuild bridges. It's worth noting that Trump's administration isn't just a potential ally, it's also a potential adversary. During his first term, Trump filed lawsuits against Google and Meta, accusing them of censorship and unfair practices. He also threatened a sweeping regulatory action against Silicon Valley's most powerful players. Now, as he prepares for a second term, Trump has hinted at further crackdowns on big tech, with promises to appoint officials like Andrew Ferguson to the Federal Trade Commission, individuals who are prepared to, as Trump puts it, stand up to big tech censorship. So why are these tech moguls willing to risk the perception of hypocrisy by aligning with a president they previously criticized? The answer lies in what they stand to gain. The tech industry has always thrived in an environment of minimal regulation, and Trump's pledge to reduce federal oversight is music to their ears. For companies heavily invested in cutting-edge fields like artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and space exploration, a regulatory rollback could mean billions of dollars in new opportunities. Take Elon Musk, for example. Musk's support for Trump isn't just ideological, it's strategic. As the owner of 6 major companies, including Tesla and SpaceX, Musk has a vested interest in reducing government red tape. His role as co-chair of the DOGE committee positions him as a key player in shaping policies that could benefit his ventures, from autonomous vehicles to interplanetary exploration. And then there's Jeff Bezos. The Amazon founder's relationship with Trump has been anything but smooth. In addition to public spats over the Washington Post coverage, Bezos found himself at odds with Trump over a NASA contract awarded to his space exploration company, Blue Origin. But with Trump back in power, Bezos appears to be taking a different approach. By donating $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund and offering to stream the event on Amazon's Prime Video platform, Bezos is signaling a willingness to cooperate. Bezos has even gone so far as to block the Washington Post from endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris during the 2024 election, a stark departure from the paper's tradition of backing Democratic candidates. In an op-ed, Bezos explained the decision as an effort to build trust with readers, but many saw it as an olive branch to Trump. The same can be said for Mark Zuckerberg. Just a few years ago, Zuckerberg's Meta imposed a 2-year ban on Trump following the Capitol insurrection, a move that was widely praised by critics of the former president. But in 2024, Zuckerberg seems to have shifted gears. Not only has he donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration, but he also dined with Trump at Mar-a-Lago in November. While the details of their conversation remain private, a Meta spokesperson described the meeting as an important time for the future of American innovation. This transformation isn't limited to individuals. It reflects a broader shift in Silicon Valley's approach to politics. Historically, the tech industry has leaned liberal, with many executives donating to Democratic candidates and championing progressive causes. But as Margaret O'Mara, a Silicon Valley historian, points out, the industry is now prioritizing pragmatism over ideology. It's just a recognition that there's not much to be gained in outspoken opposition, O'Mara explains. But perhaps there is something to be gained by being very clear about your support and hope that Trump does well. O'Mara also highlights the financial calculus behind these moves. For multi-trillion-dollar companies like Amazon and Meta, a $1 million donation is little more than a rounding error. Yet, the potential return on investment, whether in the form of favorable policies or lucrative government contracts, could be enormous. For companies like OpenAI, the stakes are even higher. Sam Altman's decision to back Trump comes at a time when the U.S. is locked in a fierce competition with China over artificial intelligence. By aligning with Trump, Altman is betting on a president who has vowed to make AI a cornerstone of his administration's agenda. And while some might see these gestures as opportunistic, others view them as necessary. As one insider put it, this isn't about liking Trump, it's about survival. As the dust settles on the tech industry's newfound alignment with President-elect Donald Trump, one question lingers. Is this courtship a strategic masterstroke or a dangerous gamble? For many, it's a pragmatic decision rooted in the realities of power. These moguls know that Trump's second term will have profound implications for the future of technology and innovation in America. By donating millions and offering public endorsements, they're positioning themselves as allies rather than adversaries. But at what cost? Critics argue that this alliance comes with significant risks. Trump's track record with big tech is far from friendly, and his administration's potential for regulatory crackdowns could still derail their ambitions. Moreover, the tech industry's overt support for Trump risks alienating their employees and customers, many of whom remain deeply critical of the president. There's also the question of trust. Can the tech industry truly count on Trump to prioritize their interests? Or will this courtship ultimately backfire, leaving them more vulnerable than ever? Take Elon Musk, for instance. His high-profile role as a Trump advisor may give him a seat at the table, but it also places him squarely in the spotlight, a precarious position for someone who's already the subject of intense scrutiny. Similarly, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg's overtures to Trump could be seen as desperate attempts to mend fences, but they also expose the fragility of their empires. Then there's Sam Altman, whose endorsement of Trump marks a dramatic shift from his earlier criticism. Altman's hope that Trump will usher the U.S. into the age of AI reflects the industry's broader optimism about the potential for growth under a deregulated administration. But it also underscores the high stakes involved. If Trump's policies fail to deliver, or if public backlash intensifies, Altman's gamble could tarnish both his reputation and OpenAI's standing. As Margaret O'Mara aptly puts it, the tech industry wants to get the regulatory threat off their backs and go back to self-regulating. It's how these companies got so big. But in aligning themselves so closely with Trump, they're walking a fine line. The broader implications of this courtship extend beyond Silicon Valley. Trump's return to power could reshape the relationship between government and technology, with far-reaching consequences for innovation, competition, and privacy. As the tech industry leans into its Trump cheerleading, it raises fundamental questions about the role of corporations in politics and the extent to which they should influence public policy. So what does the future hold? Will this alliance usher in a new era of prosperity and innovation, or will it deepen the divide between big tech and the public it serves? One thing is certain, the stakes have never been higher. As these tech titans place their bets on Trump's second term, the world will be watching closely. Their actions will not only shape the trajectory of their companies, but also set the tone for the next chapter in the relationship between Silicon Valley and Washington. The coming years will reveal whether these moves were bold strategic calculations or the costliest missteps in the history of American innovation. And with that, we leave you with this question. Can tech moguls truly align their visions for the future with the unpredictable presidency of Donald Trump? Or will this uneasy partnership lead to consequences they can't yet foresee? Only time will tell. And that's it for today's deep dive into the intriguing relationship between Silicon Valley's biggest players and President-elect Donald Trump. What do you think about these tech moguls' strategic moves? Are they playing it smart, or are they risking too much? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on more stories at the intersection of tech, politics, and innovation, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our latest uploads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.